Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
And then the man steps right up to the microphone.
Welcome back, 7 till the hour. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Jim Blasingame, the Small Business Advocate. Please check out my website, smallbusinessadvocate.com. Jay Mincks is our guest. He's Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing with Insperity. And Jay, thanks again for hanging out with us. Thanks for helping me wrap up my 16th anniversary week. And for all that you have meant to me and my organization, I want to say in front of all these folks, thank you.
Well, you're very welcome, and we've enjoyed the relationship, and congratulations on 16 years. It's really fantastic, Jim.
Thank you, Jay. I want you to. You're a corporate executive. You couldn't do what you do successfully if you didn't have your eyes on the horizon at least part of the time. Look out into 2014 and give us a little bit of a feel for what you're seeing, what you're thinking.
Well, quite frankly, I'm not seeing much good. One of our concerns is these huge increases in premiums that small business may be hit with, and those dollars got to come from somewhere, Jim, and they're going to come out of the spending of the business because it's just going to be a lot of dollars, and so we're a little concerned that we're going to see a pullback in the first part of 14 related to that occurrence that we're seeing right now. So not good. That's the way to sum it up.
Yeah, and there now are people. There are reports of the small business impact of Obamacare hasn't really even been touched yet. Over the next 10 months or so, as all these policies are canceled or increased or whatever, that there could be. I saw a report the other day that 100 million people could wind up losing their insurance coverage, most of them from small business, the small business sector.
Right. Yeah, of course, because the large companies are exempt from it, but the smalls, it's going to be highly disruptive. It's going to be another reason to kind of stop in your tracks and go, now what's going to happen to me next? And we wonder why this recovery is tepid. It's because of all the uncertainty that started when the thing hit, and it's not been settled since. From the Federal Reserve, from stimulus to all the garbage going on in Washington, and it's just one thing after another, and there's no way for anybody to get traction. I mean, an ability to look forward and say, okay, I'm going to go that direction, without having their head on a pivot, looking left, looking right, looking behind them, constantly. And so I don't see that changing. And with a big potential of sucking of the dollars out of these small businesses. I'm talking about business less than 50 employees.
Right, less than 50. Right.
Right, and so this is kind of the bellwether. These are the folks that really make it happen in terms of the growth and employment in this country, and it's just a big question mark, huge question mark. But the question mark is getting closer and closer, and it's about to run over.
Well, for 3 or 4 years now, we've had a big level of uncertainty because we didn't know how it was going to affect us. But now there's less uncertainty because we actually kind of are starting to know what it's going to look like, and that's worse than what I've been telling people is all the uncertainty that people have been feeling was justified.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly true, and it's rather sadistic, to think about what's happening. It's coming. The worst is happening.
Right. And yet, Jay, you and I still have to go do our job next year. How do we get our sales force? How do we deal whether we're selling human resources or paper or copiers? How do we mount the force for next year?
Well, you're gonna have to get on the same side of the desk with the business owner. You're just gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to be there as a I say empathize. Certainly you want to empathize, but you also want to have a way to say to them, here's a way I can help you. We can help you as a business.
Right.
Run better and grow faster and make more money. That's our message right now from us, of course, is because we alleviate a lot of these concerns with our business model. But we empathize, and I think that's the connecting point.
And if you've got business-to-business customers, one of the things I've said, Jay, is regardless of what business you're in, If you want to be successful, I think going forward, you must help your customers help their customers.
Yeah, that's a valid point. That's a big one. That takes strategy. You got to be strategic, and you got to think that through. But well, that's how you get on the other side of the desk. You're right next to them.
Yeah.
You're answering their phone for them. I mean,
if that's what they want you to do. Hey, Jay, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for helping me wrap up my anniversary week. We appreciate you very much for the great information and insights, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, Jim. Glad to be with you.
Thank you. Jay Mincks, ladies and gentlemen, Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing with Insperity. I got to go for this hour. I'm Jim Blasingame, the Small Business Advocate, wrapping up our anniversary week. The extra layer of obnoxiousness is over as of now. Next week, back to the regular level of obnoxiousness. I'm Jim Blasingame. I'll see you later.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved.